In recent developments, Diet Prada, known for exposing fashion industry controversies, has reportedly collaborated with Chinese manufacturers to shed light on alleged deceptive practices by Hermes.
I think at this point, everyone is aware of how awful they are. And strap in, guys, because that train is going straight into a giant dumpster fire. If you're not familiar, Diet Prada is a fashion watchdog Instagram account.
This collaboration aims to reveal the extent of Hermes manufacturing processes and the involvement of high-profile celebrities in purportedly masking these operations. Fashion's favorite watchdog just lit a match, and the flames are headed straight for Hermes. Diet Prada, known for dragging the industry's biggest names with surgical precision.
They started off by just kind of calling out designers for ripping off other designers, but since then they've grown to the point where they're basically now the moral arbiters of the fashion scene. Well, D&G claim that they've lost a bunch of money from all the bad-mouthing that Diet Prada has done about them.
I have a lot of respect for the origins of Hermes. I have a lot of respect for where Hermes originated from, the equestrian, because I feel like there is absolutely no measure of quality in any luxury house as to what Hermes produces in their items. I needed to sit down and film this video because I feel like my voice hasn't been heard and there's just been absolutely no consideration for how I might be feeling, and why I also think it's pretty unfair on their part to have no consideration for how I might be feeling. Let's just start off with a quick recap. There's no point me just saying Hermes in general because I feel like not every store is going to be the same.
Has reportedly joined forces with Chinese manufacturers to blow the lid off one of luxury fashion's best-kept secrets. Their mission? To expose Hermes for allegedly misleading the world about where its iconic Birkins and Kellys really come from. According to the leak, Hermes hasn't been upfront sure.
These are pieces of artwork. These artisans train years and years to make one of these bags.
Fabrice is doing the last stitching on a Kelly bag. A Kelly takes around 13 hours to be made, depending on the materials that we make it. Our artisans, they need to do 4 years of training to be able to manufacture a Kelly bag.
Well, Hermes says, made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's not a quality issue. It's luxury brand washing.
Hermes, you guys, it's time to show off your factories. No, I don't want to wait to go on YouTube and watch a beautiful documentary on. Show them off right here on TikTok. Let the world see. Okay, get like China. You gotta be ghetto about it. Just let people know.
It starts with 30 distinct cuts of leather and can take 20 hours to complete, 4 hours for just the handle. Put the finishing touches on a Kelly, the most difficult bag to build. Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
The label says made in France, but what Diet Prada and their new allies are claiming tells a different story, a darker one. We're talking video walkthroughs of Chinese production lines, testimonies from factory managers, and
then I got up the courage. I felt intimidated that I just felt scared of going. And then one day, well, not really one day, I gave birth to my daughter at the end of 2016. And then a few months into 2017, I was like, you know what? Surely I can get enough courage up to go into the local Hermes store. Actually, it brings, how stupid is this? I feel like I want to cry. I was part, you know, I was appreciated by the house, you know, that I was appreciated by that store. That's how she made me feel. She passed me on to someone else who was really great as well. She was a lovely lady, but you know, it all started with her making me feel comfortable to go into the store. Let me just say, I've had another child since that, and I didn't have postnatal depression again. I've overcome that, and I feel very proud.
Documents showing shipping routes that start in Shenzhen and end in Paris, just in time to stitch a flap, stamp a logo, and slap on that artisan crafted label. The collaboration allegedly began when multiple Chinese suppliers reached out to Diet Prada with receipts they claim.
I'm not making excuses anymore on this channel. I have done so. I've made excuses for them, but I'm not making excuses anymore. It's quite evident I'm being treated like crap. But you know, I'm a fighter anyway. So I hope tomorrow that I wake up feeling better. It's an absolute joke. I don't get this treatment anywhere else. So hurtful. So wrong. The kind of terms that I would like it to ever be done. In everything I ever do, I feel like I'm honest. I feel like I couldn't lie for the life of me. Whether people believe me or not, that's their choice, whatever. Whether some people hate this video and some people think that I'm being salty, then whatever.
Hermes has tried to bury for years. We're talking stacks of manufacturing orders, purchase logs, and email chains that spell out a strategic outsourcing game. But this isn't just a call out, it's a full-blown industry takedown, and Diet Prada isn't backing down. If you've ever pictured an Hermes artisan in a sunlit Parisian atelier, hand-stitching every seam with love, get ready for that fantasy to crumble. The Chinese manufacturers involved are now giving the public a rare, unfiltered peek behind the orange box. And according to them, the majority of these so-called French masterpieces are being mass-produced overseas. The materials, shipped in bulk. The logos, stamped by machine. The process, efficient, fast, and most importantly, cheap. They allege that Hermes operates like a global supply chain machine. Bags are assembled in Chinese facilities using labor that costs a fraction of what a French artisan earns. Then, in what they call a cosmetic pass-through, the nearly finished bags are sent to France where a few quick tweaks, a strap adjustment, a stitch, are made. That's all it takes to legally mark them as made in France. And here's the kicker. Those same manufacturers claim Hermes has spent more on secrecy than on materials. That includes NDAs, gag orders, and pressure to stay silent. But not anymore, right? Because these manufacturers say they're done playing along. And now the myth of French exclusivity is unraveling, one leaked invoice at a time. Now here's where it gets even messier. With Diet Prepare and Chinese manufacturers teaming up, they're not just dragging Hermes, they're dragging the entire celebrity machine that helps sell the lie. Allegedly high-profile names like Kim Kardashian were strategically deployed to post their Birkin collections every time whispers about factory outsourcing surfaced. The receipts reportedly include internal marketing timelines that sync up with celebrity posts, literally labeled visibility waves. You read that right. Them's viral closet tours, the red carpet flexes with rare crocodile Birkins. According to insiders, they weren't random. They were triggered responses, part of a calculated PR cycle to steer attention away from controversy and back to fantasy. And she wasn't alone. Rumors are swirling that other stars may have played the same game, accepting high six-figure collaboration fees to keep the illusion alive. Public-facing glam, behind-the-scenes distraction. Now fans are asking questions luxury brands hoped we'd never ask. Was it really just love for fashion? Or was it a payout to protect a cover-up? And as the internet starts connecting the dots between influencer posts and Hermes headlines, those glossy endorsement deals are looking less like taste and more like silence bought on demand. If Hermes thought this was just gonna blow over, they forgot how the internet worked in 2025. Once Diet Prada started posting, TikTok exploded. Stitch after stitch, creators dissected every clip, zoomed in on factory footage, matched influencer posts to news cycles, and started asking why nobody saw it sooner. The hashtag Hermes Exposed shot to the top of fashion Twitter. Birkingate trended for 3 days straight on Reddit and on Instagram. Influencers who once flaunted their Hermes haul suddenly went radio silent, archiving posts, turning off comments, even deleting highlight reels. Meanwhile, watchdog accounts started cropping up overnight, entire profiles dedicated to breaking down the alleged scam, frame by frame, invoice by invoice. Even resale platforms like The Real Real and Fashion File saw Birkin traffic plunge. One anonymous insider reportedly said, buyers are hesitating, the aura is broken. And that's what hurts the most, because Hermes didn't just sell bags. They sold status. They sold trust. And now the internet is wondering, if the brand lied about how their products are made, what else have they been lying about? This isn't just a PR mess, it's a legal powder keg. With alleged factory documents, shipping logs, and internal brand schedules now circulating online, Hermes might be staring down more than just a public backlash. Legal experts are already weighing in, warning that these receipts could open the door to regulatory investigations in multiple countries. Talking false advertising, consumer fraud, and violations of labeling laws, especially if the Made in France stamp turns out to be a glorified technicality. In the US, that alone could trigger FTC action. In the EU, watchdog agencies might demand audits. And in Asia, where luxury goods are status lifelines, there's already noise about class action interest forming in Hong Kong and Seoul. But Hermes won't be the only one sweating. Now that Diet Prada has cracked the glass on this entire ecosystem, other luxury giants are scrambling. LVMH, Chanel, Kering, even smaller heritage brands, their teams are reportedly digging through supply chain reports, panicking over NDAs, and rushing to figure out what might leak next. Because if consumers start doubting whether any luxury bag is truly what it claims to be, the whole model, the markup, the mystique, the monopoly starts to collapse. This isn't just about one whistleblower. It's about a system built on secrecy. And now the locks are being picked. One of the most damning pieces of the whistleblower's latest drop, a document labeled the Visibility Grid. It reads like a PR war manual. Allegedly created by Hermes marketing teams, the spreadsheet outlines which celebrities should post what and when. Right after news of a production scandal breaks, boom, a Birkin unboxing by a top-tier influencer. During a union protest at a Chinese facility, drop a Vogue feature on French craftsmanship. It's all timed, all intentional. The document includes coded initials that fans are already decoding as KK, BK, RF, and D, believed to stand for Kim Kardashian, Beyonce Knowles, Rihanna, Fenty, and even Drake. Aubrey. The grid allegedly includes activation value tiers showing how much each celeb was paid per post. It verified this isn't just sneaky marketing, it's a corporate strategy built on deception. And if more grids like this exist for other luxury houses, it means every celebrity closet tour you've ever seen might have been part of a crisis plan. As these documents go viral, influencers are scrambling. TikTok fashion girlies who built entire brands around Hermes unboxings are now doing damage control fast. Some are claiming they had no idea. Others are going full ghost mode, archiving thousands of dollars worth of haul content overnight. And then they're the ones turning. A few brave creators are speaking out, admitting they were offered affiliate codes or partnership deals from Hermes reps, especially when bad press popped up. One even posted a DM allegedly from a PR team asking her to post her favorite Birkin moment, the same week factory protests surfaced in Asia. That DM is now part of a Reddit mega thread being called the Birkin Briefs. In the world of influencer culture, being called a sellout is one thing. Being accused of knowingly helping a luxury brand lie to millions, that's career ending. Let's not sugarcoat it. This is bigger than Hermes. This is a warning shot to the entire luxury industry. And now, every brand with a Made in Paris tag and a 10x markup needs to pick a side. Radical transparency or total collapse. Because here's the deal. It's no longer enough to drop vague words like heritage, craftsmanship, or timeless. Not when consumers have seen warehouse footage. Not when whistleblowers are leaking shipping manifests. Not when PR timelines are being dissected in real time on TikTok. If brands want to survive this reckoning, they need to show receipts, actual ones. That means public supply chain maps from hide to handle, raw cost breakdowns, not just retail prices slapped on press kits. Unfiltered atelier walkthroughs showing real artisans doing real work, not staged, polished fantasy shoot. And maybe most importantly, dropping the gatekeeping, because when you hide how the sausage, or in this case, the Birkin, is made, people assume the worst. Some fashion insiders say this is a golden opportunity moment for brands to pivot, come clean, and actually lead with truth. Imagine if LVMH or Kering dropped a full transparency dashboard. Imagine if Chanel published how long each product takes to make and where. Imagine if Dior said, here's what it cost us. Here's what we charge. Here's why. That's how you rebuild trust. But most brands won't. They'll panic. They'll lawyer up. They'll release another vague PDF and hope we stop paying attention. Spoiler, we won't. Because consumers in 2025 are different. They're savvier. They've seen behind the curtain. They're done being sold dreams wrapped in ribbon. And now, with Diet Prada posting, influencers defecting, and ex-factory workers exposing multi-million-dollar lies, there's no one seeing it. The age of luxury secrecy is cracking open. Only question left, which brands will survive it and which will become cautionary tales? Diet Prada didn't just call out a brand, they kicked open the vault. By teaming up with Chinese manufacturers, they've dragged the luxury industry into the light. and expose what millions suspected but didn't have proof to say out loud, that the myth of handcrafted perfection might be just that, a myth. Hermes wanted silence. They got screenshots. They wanted control. They got a consumer revolt. They banked on reputation. And now that reputation is hanging by a thread. So what happens next? Do brands come clean? Do celebs distance themselves? Do consumers finally demand more than curated Instagram posts and press tour lies? Time will tell. But one thing's already clear. In 2025, luxury doesn't just mean expensive. It means accountable, and the internet, it's watching everything.